Want to know how to create coaching services that sell? In this video, I'm sharing how to create a sellable offer as a life coach. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the button to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about marketing and online business strategies to help you grow your life coaching business. My first coaching business failed, but my second business was fully booked within just 2 months. I'm excited to share what I've learned so that you don't make the same mistakes and you can have a successful coaching business the first time. There's a big difference between creating a coaching package and creating a coaching package that sells. And when you're first starting out as a life coach, of course, your main focus is going to be how to get clients. But with the 3 steps I'm sharing in this video, you'll see how to create an irresistible offer that helps you get your first coaching client and helps you continue to get coaching clients. The first step in creating a sellable offer as a life coach is to know what problem your ideal client is having and then structure your offer around that. So we're not talking about what format your offer's in, whether you're offering live coaching services, an in-person workshop, Zoom sessions, none of that. At this stage, your job is to know and find out what your ideal clients want so badly that they're willing to pay money for it. And then you create your offer based on that. I go into more detail of the process of how to find out what your ideal clients want in my video, How to Stand Out as a Life Coach to Get Clients, which I will link to at the end of this video for you. Here in this video, we're diving deep into what makes a good sellable offer. So let's start with a comparison. If we had a conversation, or if you went to my website and it said, I can help you get unstuck as a new life coach. Do you know exactly what I mean by that? No. You may have your own version right now of feeling stuck, but me using that language is very vague and I'm not speaking directly to the specific problem that you're having. Now, what if I said, I help life coaches get their first paying clients? You totally know what I'm saying. So do you see the difference? Comment below and let me know which option you think is more clear and sellable. If I were to try to be helping life coaches get unstuck, or I help life coaches get their first paying clients, which do you think is more clear and sellable? Comment below. All right, so here's the second step. Once you've identified the biggest problem your client needs to solve, then to create a sellable offer, you want to break down and list the smaller problems associated with that bigger problem. So for example, if you're a life coach that's finished your training, you've had practice clients, now you need to get paying clients so that you can grow your business, you're probably experiencing these problems. You fumble over your words when you introduce yourself as a life coach. Or maybe you've heard that narrowing in on a target market and a niche is important, but it just confuses you and you can't decide what to choose. Or you know you're going to need a website to grow your coaching business, and you either haven't started one yet because you're confused about how to do it and what to put on it, or you've sat in front of your computer keyboard for hours figuring out what to write and then rewriting and rewriting. Or as a new life coach, you might be nervous about pricing. Of course you want to get paying clients, but that also means that you're going to have to pick a price to charge them. And then you're going to have to tell somebody that that's your price and not be all wiggly and weird about it. Or, okay, this is the last one. You totally know you are meant to be a life coach. You see yourself building this life coaching business, but you've never had to market yourself before and you're totally freaked out about putting yourself out there. So my ideal client would read or hear this list and identify with several of them. If we were having a conversation, they would be nodding their head going, yep, that's me. And when you can explain in that kind of detail the smaller problems that make it difficult to achieve that large problem that they want, that, my friend, is a sellable offer. Okay, the third step today for creating a sellable offer is to show the before and after of what it's like to work with you. So you would use language like, what are they struggling with before? And then what is life like after? What have they achieved through working with you? So let's go back to those examples I mentioned earlier, those smaller problems where the big problem example was, I help life coaches get their first paying clients. So we're going to break it down with those smaller problems for the before and the after. So the before, you fumble with your words when you introduce yourself as a life coach. Now, the after, the what a coach would want instead of that is you feel confident when you introduce yourself as a life coach. And you're so clear with your message that people understand exactly what you do and how you can help people. And that makes them want to introduce you to potential clients. So see how the before, here's the problem. The after is the solution, the direct solution to that problem. Okay, here's the next one. You've heard it's important to niche down and to narrow in a target market, but the whole idea just confuses you and you don't know what to choose. So the after for that is you uncover a profitable target market that you love to work with. You're sticking with that target market and niche, and you've got your first paying client. All right, here's another one. So the before would be, you know you need a website to help grow your business, but when you think about creating one or working on it, you get so confused about where to start and what to write on that website. So now the after, the direct solution to that problem and what you would get from working with me is you know exactly what to put on your website so that potential clients become more interested in working with you. And your website's set up in a way that helps clients know how to reach out to you to work together. Okay, 2 more before and after examples. Remember, before, you're worried about pricing. Of course you want to get paying clients, but that means you're going to have to choose a price, and then you're going to have to make an offer to somebody. Yikes. And of course, the after, the direct solution to that would be, you know exactly what you're going to charge your first or next client. And you're getting more comfortable and confident with making sales offers than ever before. Okay, the last one, so I can really emphasize this point. The before, you know you are meant to be a life coach, to be out there serving people, but you've never had to market yourself before, and the idea of putting yourself out there freaks you out. So what's the direct solution? You've gotten your first few paying clients. You're feeling confident in your skills and your ability to help those clients. And you've started to market yourself in a way that feels in alignment and authentic for you. Dialing in these 3 things are crucial to making an irresistible offer, an offer that sells. So let's wrap up with a little recap so that you can make your sellable offer. First, you need to know the main issue your client is struggling with so that you can make an offer that includes that solution. Next, you need to know the smaller problems your client is having related to that larger problem and build that language into your offer. And third, use before and after language. Paint the picture for your potential client of, you know exactly the things that they're having trouble with right now, and then paint a picture of the bridge that you can help them get to the other side and achieve those solutions that they want. Do you need more guidance on how to create a sellable offer? It is so much easier when you have a clear message and a target market that wants to buy. Click below to download my free guide, 7 steps to guarantee a profitable message and market. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the button to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about marketing and online business strategies to grow your life coaching business. And earlier, I mentioned a video about the process of how to go into more detail of finding what it is that your clients want. Well, you can click right here to check out how to stand out as a life coach to get more clients.